I'm doing an Amur regional administration task. Unlimited power. There's an electric substation near the bridge across the river. We don't have much use for it while the whole line was down, but the situation has changed. We'd be grateful if you would help us fix it. We're tracking. I'm gonna mark a path. I gotta drag this trailer backwards because the tongue is hanging down so far I can't get the saddle under it. Now I just gotta turn this truck around and I should be able to get up under it. I could have turned this trailer around and went straight back on the road we're on and taken it straight in, but it would probably take a lot longer to turn the trailer around than it would to take another route. I still have another one of these trailers sitting out with wooden planks on it. I have the bore hook to it. I used it out there when I did those two tasks in the city. I was supposed to use those two hidden sideboard trailers that had all the materials on it, but instead I used those to fix the bridge, and I brought a loaded 6 slot out, and it still has 2 slots of cargo left, which happens to be wooden planks. So the next time we need some wooden planks, I already have them out there, and the bore is in through the trailer. The way this ground is shaped, it's sort of hard to get this lined up. It plays tricks on you. Maybe we can get that city back operational again if we run some power to it. The entire city is in ruins right now. With some electricity, they could start cleaning it up, maybe repair it. We might actually get that fuel station opened back up over there beside that city. If not, though, at least we do have a place on the map where we can refuel all of these semi-tanks. Since we did that bare minimum contract, this road isn't too bad at all. But I'm sure it's going to get worse when we start going up. It just got worse. We broke through the thin ice. It's a good thing we have 61-inch tires. We would have been stranded with most trucks. Can you believe it came this far in high gear without stalling? Okay, that's about all it can do. If we had turned this thing around and took it on that main road, that turn at the intersection where that water hole is would have been a big problem. I would have had to have taken it up towards the gateway and turn it around to bring it back down. I think the way we're going now might be about as quick as it would have been going the other way, except we didn't have to turn around. Just hitching up to it was hard enough in that area, and turning it would have been a nightmare. Look how well that suspension worked. I would call that extreme articulation. We've got to go up the side of the mountain here. Whenever I got this trailer to the substation, it's going to make 2 of them there. It sure wouldn't hurt to find a trailer store on this mountain. We're going up a steep hill. It's snagged on a big rock. Big rocks are camouflaged behind the small trees. I can see the regular road. The rest of it should be smooth with this truck. I don't think anybody lives here anymore. They probably couldn't make it without electricity. We'll get that situation lined out. This section might take a little extra time. We're gonna squeeze through the trees. This part isn't too bad, but I think it's gonna get worse. It's getting tight. It's marked, but I don't know how good that's gonna work. I might need to grab a different winch point. It's gonna be a tight squeeze. So far, so good. I'm gonna grab a tree. It looks a lot better on the map. I might be able to pull this between the trees. This is gonna be a tight squeeze. I don't know if I can cut through the trees with this trailer. I just don't know what I'm getting into if I pull it down that way. I'll just detach it and go around to the other side and hook back to it. It's not going to be easy to get loose from these trees. I just gotta get over this hump. This looked a whole lot easier on paper. It don't want to, but it has to. I just need to pull the nose around. That was an adventure. I'm gonna need a winch again. Now I'm making up all that time I saved by not turning the trailer and going back down the main road. But really the main road might not have been any quicker because of that giant trench at the intersection. It might have taken just as long as coming this way. That should pull it on around. That's a big rock in the road. We've made it to the main road. All the road stuff is over with. It might be a little slippery going down this hill. This curve has a steep drop off. I'll just slide my trailer against the rocks. That big rock would do some damage. We're bouncing across the boulders. I'm gonna try to plow through this swamp in high gear. For a second there, I thought it was gonna stall. Digging in deep. Back on the asphalt. This road might have been easier to take, but I don't know. We're pretty much at the substation now. It doesn't get good traction on this frozen asphalt. Here's our exit. These 6-slot trailers have 16 tires. Here we are. Contract completed. Unlimited power. The first step's taken. Great job. Now we can repair the grid. We have contact. Okay, so the substation's up and running, but the line from the village is still wrecked. Looks like it's broken in a few places. We have to see what happened and how to fix it. Okay, we're tracking. We need 2 concrete blocks and 1 load of metal beams. I'm just gonna bring a truck from the other map. This truck's been flipped over since I can't remember. I tried flipping it back over with something bigger and it couldn't do it. The log crane is the most costly attachment you can get for this thing. We'll just put a sideboard on it and grab a sideboard trailer. It's trying to get dark. I'm going to change the time. That's what we need. Oh, that was rough. Oh, I'm beating it up. I'm taking a shortcut to the big road. We're driving across the canyon where we rescued the con sentinel from. We ended up having to drop the Tazakion down in there with a heavy crane to pull that thing out. I think this route might be quicker than going around the front side of the garage. Once we get across this canyon, it's a short distance to the road. You'd have to go up a snowy hillside just like this if you went the other way. Maybe it's just me, but going this way seems a lot quicker. It doesn't take long to get to the big road like this, but I guess you could say we were backtracking for a short distance. I'm trying not to puncture a tire. These concrete slabs are brutal. Oh, yeah, they'll beat you up. Let's swap that fuel tank at high speed. Oh, that thing was almost full. That's how you check the fuel levels in it without stopping. The fuel level will be green. Unless it gets really low, then it might be red. The snowbank works much better than brakes. I'm just gonna circle the lot, then I'll grab what I need. I accidentally grabbed the wrong material, so I just took the trailer over there and dropped it, because they only give you a certain amount and I didn't want to waste it. So now I'm going to grab my concrete blocks. I brought this other trailer out with the Royal BM17. I used the same path I used when I brought this. It was just a small bit slower, because it doesn't have differential lock. That's what we came for. I'm going to change the time so we can get an early start. Okay, let's get it in. Oh, that's brutal. This old KRS Bandit's been sitting here a while. We're in top gear. I'm just going to grab some of this fuel. 72 gallons should get us to the next tank. I actually have one more fuel tank before I get to the gateway. I need to place the fuel tank near the gateway. I'm trying not to bust my tires on this sharp concrete. It would make a long trip driving on flats. Zero damage. We got lucky that time, but those concrete slabs have potential. That's about as close to flipping as you can get without flipping. If I would have had it in high gear, it would have stalled right there. It ran out of juice. It said, this is about as far as I'm willing to go in high gear. Goodness, this is why I don't like bridges with holes in the middle. It don't rock crawl in high gear. This road to the right is a nightmare. You don't want to take it for any reason. It is by no means a shortcut. That road was a bypass to a roadblock, and I went through it while I was scouting. And then I've only went through it once after that. It's really not worth going that way. Staying on the asphalt's going to be a whole lot quicker than an off-road journey through the deep snow. I could almost leave it in high gear all the way through this asphalt, but I have to stop up here for some fuel. Oh, I hit it hard. This road up here to the left looks like a shortcut to the gateway, but it's really not. If you try going down that road with a load, you'll probably end up on your top. If you could survive it, it would be a lot of winching. That's another one of those roads I didn't really travel much since I scouted it. It's hopping. This truck is about to go through the ultimate test. going in. That's a hard road to travel. It'll make you spill your coffee. I'm gonna look at this shortcut by the bridge. I don't know if I can get down it or not. The ZiKZ605R went down that with ease, but I'm not gonna try it with this. I don't feel like bringing a crane out here to reload it. That didn't waste a whole lot of time. Although it is quicker to turn sometimes by dropping a trailer. Sometimes you can turn without detaching it just as quick. I'm just driving around to the other side of this crater and going down to the water. I won't be turning left and going through that deep mud and winching through all that, those dead trees and stuff. This dead tree up here always does something crazy when you run it over. I've seen it shoot across the other side of the road and stand straight up before. We're turning here. I should have stayed closer to those trees. If I would have stayed closer to those trees, I could have went down on the other side of this. You got to be really careful around these ice chunks. They can put you on your top. The good thing is there's no thin ice over here. It was hopping across those rocks. There's nothing to this section if you know where to go. But it is a whole lot of winching. Having a trailer to hook to right here is an advantage. The longer the better too. It doesn't take long at all to get a fuel trailer through here. Those 6-slot trailers work good too. But it doesn't matter what you bring, you're going to be winching all the way through it. It's getting against the tree too far. I'm trying to use these tiny trees to move me forward a little. I don't know if it's going to work. That little stuff is not going to work. Maybe those small trees help some. Maybe just enough. Now the trailer's getting snagged on the tree. From my experience, you got decent traction close to that fence. You just gotta wiggle it around until it gets up there. It's hard to get traction. See, when you get up beside the fence, you can pick up some speed. Whoops, I just destroyed the fence. I'm just going to throw it into high gear and see how far I can get with it. Thin ice and deep mud, plus we're hauling a heavy load. It's time to get in some winch practice. Let's try hooking the trailer. Just trying to flip over. I only need to move about 10 more feet and I'll be on the logs. These logs don't provide much traction. This is a rough climb. This is the top. It's a long way to this gateway from that garage. The old Voron D can handle about whatever you want to throw at it. It's a tough truck. Northern Aegis installation. I'll just take these metal beams out and drop them off, and I'll detach this trailer there, bring the ZiKZ605R out because this thing don't have enough fuel to take the other one. This is a rough little section. This one isn't quite as bad as that other one. I hope we don't run out of fuel trying to get up this steep hill. A lot of fuel. Let's try hooking somewhere else. It's struggling. We're down to 10 gallons of fuel. This is extremely steep and slick. Maybe we can make it with 7 gallons if we keep it high. Here we are. I just dropped the trailer on the bridge. We'll get this in and grab the ZiKZ605R off camera. Just like magic, although I forgot to refuel all of my reserve tanks. So I gotta swing by and refuel those because I don't like to get stranded. We're in top gear and we're about to go down the hill. That's a big drop off. We're back in top gear again. That's a big pile of rocks. I'm just going to drop this trailer down there at that blue mark, go grab fuel off camera and come back because it's really close. And I'm going to refuel that Voron D off camera. There are some big roots right through here. Okay, I'll be back in a flash. Yep, I'm already back. I was keeping this truck up at the substation, and I have a bunch of trailers up there also. And I had to detach it and find a way out, and I forgot to refuel it the first time, all of my extra tanks. So I had to come out and refuel it again, because I still have that other truck out there that needs to be refueled. But I'm just gonna go do that off camera when I get down here. We're taking a detour around the rocks. This is steep. Here we are. Contract completed. We have contact. Alright, the voltage is growing. Everything looks good. We're a great team. Good job.